What are you doing?
I'm burying you.
I'm alive, man. I'm alive.
You're waking the neighbors.
No.
Shut up.
No.
Now I'm gonna play your drum set. This is your fault.
This only swings one way, folks. The race swaps only go one way, and we know that. And the fact that these people are getting all fired up about this now, is kind of funny. Hypocrisy. Thy name is identity politics. After spending the past few months accusing anyone critical of Ariel's race swapping in the live-action Little Mermaid of being hateful bigots, Disney's more identity politics-obsessed fans have now hypocritically taken to outright attacking newly cast actress Sydney Elizabeth Agudong for not being adequately dark enough to portray Nani in the studio's upcoming live-action Lilo and Stitch. Now, this is absolutely hilarious because, yeah, if you criticized the race swapping of Ariel, if you criticized the race swapping of Tinkerbell, if you criticized any race swap, and you need sensitivity training, you need CRT, right? This is what these smooth brains are saying. So let's move on with the article, see what they have to say, and then we'll go through a list of some characters that I have compiled that have been race swapped. Agudong's casting as the older of the two sisters was first announced on April 13th, courtesy of an exclusive published in The Hollywood Reporter. An up-and-coming young actress of Filipino descent, whose most notable credits currently include guest spots on television series NCIS, and On My Block, Lilo and Stitch will mark her first cinematic appearance. However, despite being born and raised in the United States island state of Hawaii, she has drawn the ire of the very representation matter crowd that Disney has spent recent years cultivating, as according to them, the actress is far too light-skinned compared to her character's depiction in the original source material.
That is a cunt move.
We'll go over here to the archive link so we can take a look at this Twitter thread. This is Lexa Pro Ho, Wicked Witch of the Northwest. Why isn't she native Hawaiian? Why is she so whitesies? Nani is native. That is a major part of their story. I'm sure the actress is great, but this is why we need this to stop. This could have gone to a native actress for a native story. Actors, start turning down these rolesies, maybe? Well, I think this person fails to realize that these actors are pretenders. They are paid to play pretend. They're playing a role, a fictional part, so maybe don't get so upset about fictional characters. Isn't that what you always tell us? Don't get so upset about fictional characters, because if you do, you're a racist. Remember, my white supremacy, my systemic racism, my institutional racism, all these things, isms and phobes to make yourself a victim. In the victimhood Olympics, the top of the podium is the only place where you truly belong, isn't it? She might be white passing, but the point is how dark Nani and Lilo are. Yeah, I think she's Hawaiian, but definitely not suitable for Nani. This makes me sadsies. Wouldn't have been hard to find a Hawaiian actor with similar skin tone. The actress has native Hawaiian ancestry, but this is still colorism, and that's still a huge problem, these. Here is a reasonable response. Notice how all the people complaining about this didn't complain about the Little Mermaid being black or Cleopatra being black. I'm starting to see a pattern.
Gotcha, bitch!
Apparently she is Hawaiian, but I still don't like it. Good Hawaiian actress or not, she's not darker skinned or even medium. And Nani and Lilo are. You're erasing her Waka Papa. She's Kanaka Maoli. People want, quote, stereotypical looking people, says this light, bright Lanu. She's Hawaiian, but the casting is still very whitewashed and inappropriate. Also, Nani is thick and sexy. And as another thick girl, yeah, this is great right here. Whitewashing the Lilo and Stitch casting is not the same as casting Ariel as black.
What? What the
wrote one user with a really stupid name. Positive POC representation subverts racism. Whitewashing canonically black and brown characters does not. Whiteness has never been made a mockery of in media to need that representation at all. Dark-skinned women can't have anything. This is so disappointing.
Shut up, bitch!
Let's see. Somebody even wished physical harm upon the actress. A white Filipino. Like, that's like calling George Zimmerman a white Latino. A white Filipino playing a native Hawaiian Pacific Islander. Just cause she was born and raised in Hawaii is disrespectful, and I hope Sydney chokes.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
They're wishing harm on her. Even if we complain about a role being race swapped, what do? We never personally attack the actor, actress. We never personally attack them because that doesn't do any good. You can talk about the character being bad, but you can't, or the decision of casting, but don't attack the actress or actor. And what's more, while those opposed to Halle Bailey's casting as Ariel made sure to direct their criticism at Disney in their corporate direction, those upset by Agudong's casting have taken directly to harassing and insulting the young actress through the comments section of a post made on her public Instagram page, which, it should be noted, has seemingly not been utilized by Agudong in over a year. You only got the role just because you live in Hawaii, LMAO, declared this user, Puke One Blinder. This is ridiculous. You really took the opportunity for representation from all the darker-skinned Hawaiian actresses who could have played Nani and the darker-skinned little Hawaiian girls who will never get to see that representation, bleated some fucking moron. Get your bag, but we just know we hate your guts for it. Oh my God. With all the colorism that's been happening for centuries in Polynesian communities, Hollywood is absolutely disgusting that you, a pale, half-white, half-Filipina girl, would take the role of a dark-skinned Hawaiian woman, an angry Blue of the Antro asserted. You should be ashamed of yourself. You robbed a native, dark-skinned Hawaiian woman of this opportunity. I and millions of others will not be watching this movie. Hope you're happy.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The role of Nani was never meant for you. That is one of the very few dark-skinned Hawaiian movie characters, and you're just gonna reach your white hands out and grab it? Gross. So as we can clearly see by this list of tokenized characters that spans back almost a decade and is in no way the definitive list. I mean, I left off Lieutenant Andra from the Masters of the Universe reboot and Miles Morales because Miles Morales isn't Peter Parker. He's not Spider-Man. He's just Miles Morales. I find the entire conversation surrounding the casting of a native Hawaiian for the lead in the live-action Lilo and Stitch movie, it's hilarious, due to the fact that the main complaint being made is her melanin count. But this is where we're at in society, and more importantly, entertainment. With smooth brains in Hollywood touting Bechdel tests and ESG scores and representation and diversity and inclusion being more important than good writing and storytelling, it's difficult to trust any IP to not virtue signal for the sake of non-existent modern audience that lives on Twitter and doesn't spend money, frankly, because they don't have any. This is just another case of allowing a shrieking minority comprised of self-righteous and mentally ill alike, ruining our beloved franchises in the name of contemporary identity politics. Trust me when I say that this kind of entertainment isn't going to age well. It will not stand the test of time. No one is going to look back in 10 years and clamor for the race-swapped Anne Boleyn story and say, that's my favorite movie because she looks like me. The whole argument of the audience has to see themselves portrayed on screen defeats the purpose of escapism and is the leading cause of the downfall of Star Wars and Marvel and so many more. And it really speaks to a larger problem of narcissism that is so prevalent in society today, more so than normal folks. It's the Twitter crowd, these narcissists, these weirdos that are hung up on skin color and melanin and things of the like, and representation and inclusion over good storytelling. It takes away from everybody else who wants to enjoy these things, these properties, these stories that have stood the test of time. I mean, look, in the last year, we watched them massacre The Lord of the Rings in the forms of the Rings of Power, which I made it through 2 episodes. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention Batwoman. Yes, season 1 had Ruby Rose playing the titular character of Kate Kane. She left in between season 1 and 2 due to disagreements, bad working conditions, what have you. It's a CW show. I don't know what you expected. But they replaced her with, and the casting call was looking for a woman of color, preferably alphabet community, and the show was the lowest ratings it had ever seen for the next 2 seasons until it was mercifully put out of its misery like Old Yeller behind the woodshed with a 12-gauge shot in the form of a cancellation. So these don't work, nobody wants them, and they're utterly ridiculous. There it is, folks. That's another video in the books here on the channel. I hope you've been enjoying the content. We'll be back to regular video production this week. We'll still have shorts out, which have done a great service to the channel in bringing in new subscribers. Be sure to tune in tonight, episode 250 of the flagship show on the channel, Monday Night Going in Raw. Myself and the rest of the Horsemen will be on hand. Stick around for the member stream afterwards if you're a channel member. Thank you to all 56 channel members. We appreciate all of you. That's it, folks. We're done. Be sure to do all the YouTube things. And let me know what you think in the comments below. How bad are these race swaps for Hollywood? I mean, it's kind of a rhetorical question at this point, but I'm always interested in to hear what my followers, my subscribers, what you folks think out there. And if you're not a subscriber, hit the button. It's free. It always will be. Smash the like button. I'm Tepo Kuyan from The Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of you. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and I'll catch you on the next one.
It's better to burn out than to fade away.
I could do this all.
This doesn't bode well.
You're lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
The sea is always right. No tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.